first time. Right, welcome to Lockdown Workshop. We'll try and be a little bit better with the video in quality tonight. Apparently some people aren't happy with it. I don't know what they expect really. I mean, I make it quite clear on the channel I'm not a professional. I've got a full-time job. When I'm not doing that full-time job, the rest of my time, 99.999% of it is spent coaching athletes for free. Don't get paid for it. And then when I can fit it in, I do stuff in here. Because do you know what? It's a nice release. Do I care if somebody gets upset? Nah. But if you're going to sit there and go, this is fucking disgraceful, do you know what? Do it yourself and try doing it in the same circumstances. But I'm a coach, so I take feedback. So we will try and smarten up on the videoing and the video editing. It has been pretty poor lately because the cameras keep crashing, and I think I'm on one camera and that's crashed, and then the other camera is still recording but it's pointing in a completely different direction because I've not been shooting on that camera. I'll leave them running as a catch-all because starting or stopping them is a pain up the backside, and 9 times out of 10 you forget to restart them. Plus I like you to see exactly what goes on. I'm not one of these that will go, oh, I'm having a bit of bother, I'll just turn the camera off and then miraculously it's done. You get to see how bad it fucking well is to get some of this stuff off, and it's a nightmare, and you do have to swear and you do have to bang it and you do have to do some stuff that maybe you don't want to show on camera, but that's the reality of that's what you're gonna have to do to get some of these parts off. That said, like I haven't done enough flipping pink goo over the last month because I've been inundated with the bloody stuff. Exhibit here. So cast your mind back. Do you remember that white giant TCR we had in? That another example of showing exactly on camera what you had to do to get something mended, because the bearing races, the inner race had destroyed itself and had welded itself into the carbon frame, rust jacked in, is the nearest thing you can describe it, and would not come out, and had to bray it with a hammer, which you don't really want to do to a carbon frame, but it's fucked anyway if I don't get it out. This is the wheel off it. So another classic example like the one we had the other day of if you don't keep your wheels pumped up, they generally fall off the rim. It's fallen off the rim, they can't get it back on. The tyres quite deformed as well. Possibly the rim tape has gone. So I don't know if you remember I don't think I put it on camera. I can't remember if I did. No, I didn't have time to film it because we were going away, so you didn't see that one, but I had to retape a rim. It was Wayne's bike, the one we recently done. The tape had completely failed. It was getting under the tape. I think there was a hole in it as well. It had punched through one of the spoke holes, so I had to retape it. This is almost identical wheel, but it's the rim brake version of it. So I'm kind of expecting that I might have to retape it. Just because I love goo, and I did a quickie for somebody at the weekend. Jerry came by and brought in 2 wheels. She wanted tyres on them. She'd already half disassembled them. We stuck some new tyres on. I almost got them seated on the rim. They popped onto the bead, but they weren't holding pressure. And I thought I'd got it, and I thought if I put some goo in it it'd seal it. Yeah, it wasn't. Massive great big hole in the rim tape, straight through a spoke hole. So we had to take it all out. I got covered in goo. I think you saw the aftermath on one of the videos. There's still bits of it floating around on the side here. I mean that's set solid. That's nice. Not. But anyway, because we love the bloody stuff so much, we're at it again. So excuse me while I walk off camera for 2 seconds. Mr. Twatface from Twatville. I'll see if Guy Ritchie's got any spare time and get him to come and do my camera work for me and me shot framing. Yeah. Right, I'm not even going to turn the camera around because you'll have a fit if you see the rest of it. We were halfway through, I think there's one of the other videos you'll see, we were halfway through cutting up something and the angle grinder died. I've got a new angle grinder, which I forgot to bring up. I was going to do a product review on that. We'll do it on one of the others. Anyway, right, enough waffling. we're going to sort this one out. So I'm just going to try and get you in a better place so you can see what I'm going to do to this, just to see if I can get it on the rim first. Oh, we've got a button for this, haven't we? Oh, that's working nice. Right, so the easiest way to do this, and this is pretty much the tried and tested way. If it's off the rim, you're going to need to shock it back on, and you need to do it fairly quickly. If it's been sat like this, even with a shock canister, see now I've got that, I think you've seen that blue canister I've got that you can charge up to about 120 psi. That wouldn't do it. I was going to try and do it as a quickie and just get it out the door. I think I videoed me trying to do it, and I think I put that on as a short, or a short video, if not a short. Yeah, I could not get it to go on. Hopefully the compressor's still plugged in from the other day, because I forgot to unplug it. So first thing you need to do is throw away all your standard bicycle tools and get yourself an air blower. So this is what I normally use for cleaning the crap off here and just blowing down and blowing muck off. Right, bit of tubing on it, just in case you can't see. So it's just a normal air gun, normal airline, really cheap nasty compressor. We're going to shove this on here, and we're just going to see if we can get it up on the bead, because if I can get it up on the bead, then I can put the valve in to see if we've got a tape leak, or we've got a thing. I really don't want to take the tyre off because it's so deformed, and now I'm going to have an awful time getting it back on again anyway, on one rim, and it's actually stuck to the outer rim. I think it's one of those things, the bike was leaning up against something, because it's at an angle, when it goes flat it rolls off the bead. Well, that's what it's done. Anyway, right, this is going to get noisy. So I've got that over the top of there. I'm going to try and hold it on, and I'm going to try and hold that on. Right, this isn't going well already. We're not even getting close. It would help if the compressor was on, I think. It's like we've got no pressure. Please say the compressor hasn't died now. Well, we've got pressure. We're just not getting it in. Going to whiz away for a while now. Right, I've taken the executive decision to take the tyre off the rim, so I'm going to cry now. Because it's going to be a right pig to get this off. Come on, you want to come off, I know you do. So it's such a shame to go and break the seal, it's so good on this side. Can't see any other way of doing it. I could try and clean it, but I think or at least get it back so I can have a look at the rim tape. No, it's not gonna play ball. Just got to find a weak spot in the where it's glued itself on. I suspect it probably has shifted the thing. The rim looks fairly, sorry, the bead on the tyre looks fairly manky too, which isn't helping a great deal. You can see there's big chunks of sealant everywhere. If nothing else, clean it off before we try and reseat it. I've got some adhesive for this, some adhesive remover, slime remover. You can see there's great chunks of it. It's going to need resealing anyway. I have a nice orange sliding gorilla tool for this, but I did Jerry's tyres with it at the weekend, and I can't find it now, so I've got a horrible feeling I might have chucked it in the box of slime I gave her, which will be quite sad, because it's quite a decent tool. I mean, I've got the tyre glide, but the tyre glide's not as good. I mean, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying. I can't do it backwards, but there's great chunks of slime and adhesive coming off here. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, that's never going to seal anyway. The problem is it's probably like that on the inside of the rim as well, so we're going to have to get in there. I've got this stuff which is quite good. I don't know how well it's going to. It tends to be better on the actual tape glue residue rather than the gunk residue. Sorry, I've got my arm in the way, but I don't want to move you because there's nowhere for you to go on the other side. Sorry, Mr. Angriff and Pearlie's just going to have to live with that. Right, for the sake of you not watching me just doing that for the next 20 minutes, I'll bring you back when I've cleaned it up a bit and if I've managed to get the tyre off the rim. Right, just sat back on the rim. Let's see if we can get a... So I cleaned her up, I just popped it back on. We'll see if we can get it to pop up. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't go. I'm not holding hope because the tyre's quite deformed, but sometimes taking them off, cleaning out the crap helps. We just have no pressure. Where's the pressure gone? No pressure coming out of this. Right, we've made the decision, we're going to try and get the tyre off. So the best way to do this, when they're really stuck on like this, is to get, like you've seen me grabbing it, is to grab it there, pull really hard and roll your knuckles over, and eventually it'll go. There it goes. This is really well stuck on, but it is off the bead now, so we can at least go and inspect the wheel and see what's going on with it. See if we can find out why the tyre won't seal, if there is a hole. I have actually had it up on the bead almost. when I had it on the CO2, I think it's about the 3rd or 4th CO2 canister I gave it. It did get it up. Now I do know that these valves are really finicky. You can see the state of that. I mean, it's crushed in for starters. It's never gonna. The tyre itself's deformed and out of shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a trick. We're going to turn it inside out to clean all this. I mean, you can see all the crap that's in there. I don't think it's ever been changed or cleaned. You wouldn't normally clean them, to be honest. I think GCN did a piece on this, and I think they were absolutely spot on with what they said. It's pointless cleaning them out, because by the time you've come to the point where you actually need to put some more of this stuff in, the tyre's over halfway through its life anyway, so you're just wasting your time. And as you can see, it's kind of, once you start, you're stuck with it. It's not the easiest thing to get off. It's really sticky, and this particular compound seems worse than the pink goo. It really doesn't want to come off. But the problem I've got is that the tyre's actually sticking to itself, so it won't jump back up onto the rim. Now I'm hoping if I flatten it out like this to try and get some of this crap out, it might deform the tyre back out again the other way. We can try putting a bit of heat on it as well. I just want to get some of these big chunks out, because if they get underneath, they'll stop it from sealing. I hadn't even dared have a look at what the, I mean that's a fairly hefty. There might actually be a puncher behind there, to be honest. Can't see one. I think it's just a ball of snot. It's probably where it was sat once when it dried out. But that's a proper horrid ball of snot, that one. Could have been somebody who's already been in here once and tried to clean it out before. This was supposed to be a quick 30-seconder. Right, anyway, right. In the spirit of not filling up crap time again. Right, actually the rim tape doesn't look that bad. There's a couple of spots where it looks like something's got past it in the past, but actually it doesn't. I can't see anything that's kind of suggesting we've got a breach. So what I've done with the tyre is I've sat the tyre over there inside out to see if I can get it to deform back, and then we'll stick it back on. So that's inside out. So we'll just have another go and stick this back on. I don't know what's up with my air compressor. It was working the other day, but now it just doesn't seem to be kicking out any warmth. I don't know if the regulator's gone on it. It's quite old. It was one of the original workshop tools from about 20 years ago. So it doesn't owe me anything, but I haven't used it a great deal either. So I'm probably a little bit perturbed about that. Of course, this is going to be an absolute pig to get on, because I haven't got my slider and I can't be bothered to go and find another one. So we'll see where we can go. The valves in these are a nightmare. There's not much clearance for the rim to get the bead to get past the actual valve stem itself. So that's always a joy to negotiate. And when I'm putting it in, I'm trying to get it to drop onto the rim, but it's without the slider, it's actually quite hard to do that. To a certain extent, you need it almost off the bead to be able to put the thing on anyway, because it has to go down into the groove in between the two beads to be able to get enough room to be able to get the bead over the edge of the wheel. Right, let's have another go. Oh! That's on, but it's not on very well. I think the chance of me getting a valve in before it completely deflates is possibly 0. Oh, you. Chance of this going on again now? 0. See what I mean? You couldn't make it up. Right, so I've got the hot air blower on this time to try and make the rubber a bit more malleable and behave itself a bit better. I'm not sure it's worked, but we'll see how we go. If nothing else, it might have just about returned to its original shape. I have found the missing tool. It was stuck to a rag that was on the floor. It was covered in goo and had stuck to it. So that's brightened up my evening slightly. I know it must be in here. I can't imagine I would have left it in the box. And I'm pretty shit with tools and all that, but right. So let's just gently tease that over the valve area, and then use the tool now we've found it. So in theory this should drop it somewhere nearer the bead, or where the bead should be. There we go. This time don't let it off. Oh yeah. Fuck. One end or other. Every time. Come on. Bye. Oh. chances of me getting this in? 0. Nope, down. Right, see if I've got it somewhere near enough. The trouble is it's not quite snapping over onto the rim, it's making a loud crack, but it's not getting over. I've got no chance of pumping this up here. I think it's a small, I think it's only a... that's not going to go anywhere. These valves are absolutely shocking. Somebody really does need to take a look at the design of the valves they're using on these. Because they're cored, you have to take the cores out. The through flow around there is minuscule, so you've just got absolutely no chance whatsoever to do it. It's a shame I can't fasten this to the end of the compressor, because that would give a solution. Right, let's just keep going back to this and just hope we get it on the rim at some point before it blows off. The trouble is you need 2 hands, and I can't hold this and hold that at the same time. And then invariably I have to then tickle the tyre and it'll catch. And one end pops off. And then we lose it again. Right, after much swearing and about 15 attempts, I switched to using that just straight onto the decored valve. What that allowed me to do is keep it held on so I could get some decent pressure in it. Hold on, don't let me stop. And then eventually I was quick enough to get a core back in it that was already shut off. So it's holding, and I'm just trying to get it to pop onto the rim, because you'll hear it pop in a minute. I think I've just heard one go, because once it's on the bead's clicked over, there's like a ridge round the edge, and the bead has to jump onto that ridge, and when it jumps on, it usually goes with a loud crack. So I don't want to go any further than that. Now what I can do is see where our leaks are. Now there'll be loads because we haven't got any sealant in, and that might be my next bet, is to try and get some sealant in it, because if nothing else that'll help it jump up onto the rim. But actually it looks like it's holding, and we're not losing much either. There's a bit there. I'm trying to see if we're losing any around the valves, around the actual spokes, because that'll tell us if we've got a problem with the tape. But it does appear to be holding. So we've got a lot of pressure in that. But I've obviously got to get some goo in it now, which means I've got to decore it again. Zoom it in. Right, I don't know if you can see that. Let me get it to the top again. It's funny because I did see it was a bit punky while I was trying to get it to go on. Right, can you see that? Get it a bit closer. Is that in? Thumb, you're there. The rim's blown out. We've got 100 psi in here, so that's well under. and it's blown out. The actual lining split, you can see it's deformed. I did see that was a little deformed. I thought it was just the sticker at first. It's a shame because it is actually up on the rim now. So I'm a bit annoyed with that because I've just wasted the entire evening. And I think I've just said, but it was you weren't looking at it. I did have a feeling that this tyre was gone, that's why it was struggling, and I've just found the wear indicators and we're almost through the wear indicators as well. So that's a whole evening wasted. Could have been doing something else. Anyway, we'll leave that there. We'll probably do another video when we get the tyre, but if nothing else, it'll give you some entertainment and give Mr. Happy something to moan about the shit quality, and I should have spotted that at the beginning, but there you go. Hey ho. Tubeless tyres. Horrible.